since I've been here, really. I'm so glad to be here, and especially this morning after an hour on the I-77 parking lot. So this is just a great thing to be here. So, Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, a few weeks ago, the way time flies, maybe it was a month ago, a friend of mine said that she and her husband and teenage daughter were walking down the street in Davidson. And she surprised herself and she said, "Stop. Everybody, let's just stop. Look at that sky. Look at that beautiful sky and those trees." Because she was awake and alert in the moment, they were able to drink that all in and make it prayer. You might call that an attitude of gratitude. I wonder if people that have a gratefulness disposition, if they even know it. You know, I don't think they do, because it begins to be like breathing. It is just a part of who they are. So what I want to do today is just talk to you about cultivating gratefulness as a spiritual practice. And I'm telling you the truth, I am singing to the choir today, because this is one of the most grateful groups that I've ever been a part of. But gratefulness can take on lots of forms. I just want to share 4 with you. It can take on the form of emotion, of a virtue, of an attitude, and as an inspired quality. As an emotion, a spontaneous feeling comes over you when someone does something kind or nice for you. It can be large or small. I know one day I'd been on that parking lot for about an hour and I skidded in here. I got myself coat off, got in my chair, got settled down, and out of nowhere, this arm comes from my left side and slips a cup of coffee down. Aww. And a sweetener. I don't know whose arm that was, but I have an idea. I had a spontaneous feeling of gratefulness. As a virtue, it is something that is developed through practice. We are not born with the virtue. As we practice, we develop the virtue, so it becomes habitual. Like my friend Lisa. She wasn't thinking, I think I'll be grateful right now. It was automatic. She stopped. Asked her family to stop. She was in the moment. As an attitude, people that have an attitude of gratitude, you will notice, come rain or shine, season to season, moment to moment, they have a way of seeing the cup half full instead of half empty. You've all seen people like that. A story that I bet you all heard a version of is the twins, identical twins. They were identical only in books. How many of you heard that story? One said it was hot, the other one said it's too cold in here. The other one was listening to TV, the other one said turn it up. Oh, it's too loud. Everything was different. So the daddy decided to do a little experiment at their birthday. In the doom and gloom pessimist room, all these wonderful toys and games and gifts. In the optimist room, he put a fresh pile of manure. So, that night that Eddie goes by the pessimist room and he sees this little boy in there just crying, crying, crying. He says, "What is wrong?" He said, "Oh, I got all these toys. All my friends are going to be jealous. And then I'm going to have to read all these instructions before I can even use it. And then, you know, Daddy, it's going to need batteries. I'm going to have to figure out how to change the batteries. And then they're going to break. They're going to break." Now, we laugh, but let me tell you, every one of you knows somebody, no matter how good it is. No matter how good it is, they are going to find something to complain about.
True.
So he goes by the optimist room, and here this little boy is dancing for joy with exuberance in this pile of manure. So the daddy says, "What on earth are you so happy about?" He said, "Oh, Daddy, there's just got to be a pony in here somewhere." So some people can see the possibilities in anything. They can see the possibilities in anything. An attitude of gratitude. And then this last quality, I call it inspired quality. I call it in-spirit quality. This spirit about us, when we allow our little spirit to be formed and shaped by the Spirit. as we practice gratefulness, our great God begins to do a work in us, and we begin to manifest peace. We don't understand where it comes from. We begin to have acceptance about people that used to bug us. We have this aura of joy. We begin to have better health, research says. All kinds of wonderful things are manifested inside us. Things that we cannot do for ourselves. We cannot grunt out. They just manifest because we have practiced gratefulness. So when I think about this cultivating gratefulness, I think about St. Paul in, I think it was 1 Thessalonians. He said, rejoice always, pray unceasing, be thankful in all circumstances. And I think, Paul, that is a great ending to a letter. Those are sweet words. But let's get real. In today's economy, and forget the economy, think about all the people that did not have work or means before the economy ever happened. Mm-hmm. When we think about drugs and human trafficking, do you know that Charlotte is the number 8 city in the United States for human trafficking? Really? The number 8 city in the United States for human trafficking. We got problems in our homes. I could go on and on. So Paul, these are great words. How are we going to live them? How will we live them? So if we do want to live those words, how can we live those words? So let me share with you, first of all, our number 1 hindrance, our number 1 help, and 3 simple little how-tos. 3 simple how-tos. This may surprise you, but the number 1 hindrance to practicing gratefulness is busyness. What? Busyness. Busyness. We are so distracted in our culture today that we don't even stop to notice. We don't even stop to notice to be grateful. It's not that we don't mean to, it's just that we don't take the time to be in the moment. My friend Lisa was in the moment. The person that brought the coffee was in the moment. The little boy in the pile of manure was in the moment. We don't take time to be in the moment. So, that is our greatest hindrance. What is our greatest help? With most anything, this is simple and profound. It's going to surprise you. The number 1 help is simply wanting to. Deciding that you want to practice being grateful. You want to do it. And the second thing is being willing to. Can I get an amen that you can want to and are not willing to?
Right.
Amen.
You can want to do a lot of things, but you're not willing to right now, maybe next year. Mm-hmm. So when we are wanting to and willing to, I tell you what, God will bring us to opportunities to help us practice. I practiced this morning.
Amen.
I practiced last week when I failed to save something. Every bit of that talk was gone. I was nauseated. I thought, surely there's a way on this machine to find it. So I thought, okay, maybe what was there was not what needed to be said. And I let it go. I had lots of ways to practice. So we got to want to, we got to be willing to. When we couple these 2 things, it will take us to a stance where we welcome opportunities to practice. Those things are good. So that is our greatest help, our greatest hindrance. Now, how do we manifest it? I think this is interesting. How many of you have ever heard of a Catholic named Brother David? Brother David. Well, he is the greatest proponent of gratefulness as a spiritual practice. You will go to gratefulness.org. You will see his organization. He says it's important to know that gratefulness and being thankful are 2 different things. 2 different things. To be grateful is a stance. It is a state. It is who we are inside. When we are thankful, that is an expression of gratitude. And he really thinks that's important that we know the difference. So let me share with you 3 ways that you can express gratitude. Number 1, begin to keep a gratitude journal. I know you've heard it 1,000,001 times.